back of your leg on that left hand side should be. And all your groin. Okay, so bring it back now up onto your hands and knees again. So you're in this table position and you're going to sit down on your heels, sit down on your feet. Your hands are going to come behind you and your head's going to touch the floor, child's pose. So just flop your hands down, backs of your hands, head down. And again, this is a nice yoga position to be in. Again, concentrate on your breathing, relax the top of your arms and your shoulders, let them flop down. Okay, just bring your arms around now, lift your head, cup your head, your chin in your hands. Okay, so put your elbows on the floor, rest your chin in your elbows, rest your chin in your elbows, rest your chin in your hands. Just get used to that pose. Now, with your knees, take them out to the side, so your feet are still touching, but your knees are out now like a frog. Okay, from this position now, you're just going to walk your elbows out, so keep your head on your chin on your hands. Pardon me. Keep your chin on your hands, and you're going to walk your elbows out a little bit to make a bigger gap. Okay, and when you're in this gap, what you think about pushing your hips out to the right and bending your back. And then push your hips to the left. It's a small move, but you should feel a big stretch down your side. And again, over, pushing all your ribs to the side. It's your ribs actually that push more than your hips, and your ribs out to the other side. Just stretching all your ribs. Okay, walk your elbows a little bit back in, so your bum's coming nearer to your feet. And just take your hands, keep your elbows on the mat, and just take your hands and interlace your fingers behind your neck. And drop your head, so you're looking down. Again, it should be another fairly comfy position to be in. Just look down or keep your eyes closed. And again, concentrate this time on breathing into your middle and lower back. When I say breathe into your middle and lower back, just visualise those bits of your back. And while you're in this position, if you've had a busy week, it's Friday, it's time to let everything go from the week. Whether you've been brassed off about or irritated about the new week starting. Okay, and release that. Just bring your knees together. Sit up. You're going to kneel up now. Take your hands behind. Press your hands back up. So big chest stretch. And while you're in this position, keep your bum lifted, but just let yourself go back a bit. And press your hips out forward. Again, another hip opener and quad stretch. Then release it, come back to neutral. Shoulders a little. Okay, and then press your arms back up. Shoulder blades back, and then just diagonally back. Just so there's tension in your legs at the front. Press your hips forward now. Press your hips as far forward as they'll go. And release. Now you're just going to lie on your back. I think you can still see me on the end, yeah. you're going to lie on your back, knees bent, and then you're going to get your hands out wide to the sides, okay? Choose a side. I'm going to choose my right. So keeping my shoulder blades, you're trying to keep your shoulder blades in contact with the floor, trying not to let one side lift up. Okay, so you're not going to roll over and let your shoulder blades come off the floor. So your legs, your knees now are just going to drop to one side, but keep those shoulder blades on the floor. That's a big stretch down the side and your hips. Okay, when you're in this position now, try to extend your legs full length out to the side. Okay, as far as you can go, keep your shoulders on the floor. You might not be able to get both legs out or both legs touching or down, but as far as you can go with your shoulder blades on the floor. And while you're in this position, try and concentrate on breathing into your, it's my left side of my waist area that's twisted over. So you're trying to breathe and fully breathe with that in there and that bit. Okay, curl your knees back under, bring them back to centre. Just have a relax here for a minute. I'm going to do that just at the other side, so you know what to do. Keeping the shoulder blades flat. Tip over your knees and get them to the side. Once they're in that position, try and extend them out if you can, keeping your shoulder blades on the floor. If you're quite flexible, you'll have that top leg will be touching, the ankles will be touching. And if you're already quite flexible, you can lift them up even more, almost to make like a 90-degree bend. Okay, so curl your knees back round, back to the centre. Hold them in the centre a bit here. Get your hands up behind and push your middle fingers up and back so they're on the floor, pressing up, and now stretch your legs out. Let's have a full body stretch. So push your heels out one way and your middle fingers out the other. So you've got tension now in your shoulders and your bottom, pushing out and then relax. And again, push your fingers out, push your heels away. Press everything, clench your stomach, and then relax. And one more, press. And relax. Okay, very slowly in your own time, you're just going to come up to sitting. We're going to finish off seated. Come up to sitting and kind of cross your legs loosely in whichever way is comfortable for you. So whichever, usually you do it the most natural way for you. So whichever way, not too tight up here, just kind of loosely. Okay, you're going to reach up and you're going to try from the hips to come forward and push your back forward and your shoulders forward and your armpits pushing forward, and then drop on the floor. And then again, push up as far as you can push, then go forward, stretching all the time, push, 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 and then relax down on the floor. One more time. So keep it tense and going forward from your hips. Really push sides of your ribs, push them out, push them forward, away from you, and then relax. Okay, take it up to seated again. You're just going to put one hand on the floor next to you, and you're going to reach the other one right over, big stretch. Okay, try not to tip forward or back. You can bend this hand on the floor if you can get over, but you need your bottom to stay on the mat. And
into the centre, just come to neutral. I'm going to do it on the other side. So go, press. Push, open up all your ribs. And back to centre. Okay, what we're going to do now is just take so one foot inside the other thigh, so whichever one you like. So one leg is out and the other one's inside your thigh, okay? And all you're going to do is creep your hands down as near to your toes as you can and bring your chest towards that thigh if you can, as far as you can go. Okay, when you feel a stretch and it releases a little bit, you can maybe come a bit nearer. It's your chest towards your thigh that you're looking for. You'll be staring at your foot. Your eyes are still looking ahead and at your foot. Okay, bring it back. Swap sides. So other one goes inside. And down you go, creep it down towards your foot. Usually find one side easier than the other. So it's your chest towards your thigh you're looking at, and your eyes are looking at your foot. Try to kind of relax your neck. Okay, come back to centre. Just make your feet come through whichever way you can. One hand's going to go over your head to the opposite ear. And you're just going to press that ear against your hand. So tip your head to one side and press gently. So it's just a neck stretch. So it shouldn't be too strenuous. Okay, and other side. Just push your head against your hand and release. One hand, push it down onto your shoulder and push your shoulder now up against your hand. Really resist it. And then stop resisting. Push your shoulder down with the other hand and look away, look the other way. Keep that stretch in your shoulder and neck area. Okay, other side, so push down, push your shoulder down and push your shoulder now against your hand. Try and lift your shoulder against your hand a couple of seconds and then stop and let your shoulder be pressed down by that hand and look away. Okay, last few things. If you've been a bit irritable this week in your jaw, there's a lot of tension in your jaw, so take finger and thumb, both sides, not finger and thumb, your two fingers, your index finger and your middle, get them behind your ear, where your ear joins to your head, and just stroke down under your jawline and down. It's where your like lymph nodes and everything are under here. Stroke it down. Okay, take thumbs, both thumbs to your temples and other fingers on top of your head. Round you go on your temples, one way, and then the other. Close your eyes if it's easier. And then last one, take middle finger and just find the area just above the bridge of your nose. And you're just going to circle that 5 times one way, 5 times the other. And when you've done the 5, just press, just gentle pressure on that area just above your nose, bridge of your nose. A couple of seconds, and then release. Okay, hands on the floor, just take a big deep breath. and another. And then in your own time, however way you want to do it, get to standing slowly, don't get dizzy, curl yourself, stand up, have a big stretch out, 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 shake it